The man had lived in a quiet suburb of Mexico for many years. Every evening, without fail, he took a peaceful walk along the same familiar street. It was a routine that brought him comfort, something stable, predictable. But on this particular night, something felt different. The air felt heavier, the silence deeper, as if the neighborhood itself was holding its breath. As he walked along the dimly lit road, he noticed a car parked near the sidewalk, one he had never seen before. Something about it felt off. He slowed down, curiosity replacing routine. When he turned his head to look again, he froze. His breath caught in his throat as a dark figure drifted back and forth in front of the parked car. At first, he assumed it was a thief or a homeless wanderer, but the longer he watched, the more wrong everything felt. The shadow didn't step or walk, it slid. It glided effortlessly across the ground with no sound at all, and without legs. Its shape shifted slightly each time it moved, like smoke trapped in a human form. He stared at it, unable to blink, until suddenly, without warning, the shadow dissolved silently into the darkness. No footsteps, no running, no trace, just gone. The man stood there trembling before hurrying back home. The next day, he told his neighbors about what he had seen, but they only laughed and dismissed it, saying it was probably just a thief trying to avoid being seen.
Y no son rateros porque ya corrí para atrás, me metí con la troca y cada vez que me arribo.
But the man knew what he saw. Thieves don't float, shadows don't move without a body, and nothing human disappears without a sound. To him, that night was not a misunderstanding, it was a warning. And if you ask for my opinion, that dark figure was not a person at all. It was something older, colder, and far more patient. A wandering spirit watching the streets, waiting to be noticed.
Atrás de la troca, mira.
It was a quiet evening when a 10-year-old girl decided to take a walk to the small park near her house. The streetlights buzzed faintly, casting long shadows across the empty playground. She climbed onto the swings, kicking her feet forward, laughing as the cool night wind brushed across her face. Her laughter echoed softly through the park, but the joy lasted only a moment. As she slowed down, she noticed something, a dark figure sitting on the wooden bench behind her. At first, it looked like an ordinary person, someone simply resting in the night. But something about its stillness chilled her spine. Before she could turn around completely, the figure vanished. It didn't walk away, it didn't fade, it simply disappeared. A split second later, it reappeared at another corner of the park, then vanished again, quick, silent, wrong. The girl's heartbeat thudded in her ears as she realized it wasn't wandering, it was watching her. Fear rising, she took out her phone and turned on the front camera to check behind her as she walked. Every few seconds, the dark silhouette flickered into view, sometimes closer, sometimes distorted, as if reality itself couldn't hold its shape. The moment she understood it was purposely following her, she bolted toward the exit of the park.
Literalmente había una persona persiguiéndome. Entré abajo de las estructuras en donde estaba el muñeco ese. Ay, no, chicos, tengo mucho miedo.
But the shadow was faster. It slipped between the trees, keeping pace, growing clearer with each glimpse. Panic twisted her thoughts as she ran, tripping, gasping, crying. By the time she escaped the park, her mind was fractured with terror, and from that night on, no one ever saw her return to that place again.
Escuchan pasos arriba, que abajo tengo mucho miedo.
It was a late, suffocating night when the man suddenly woke up to the sound of an eerie, echoing chime. His heart pounded in confusion as he turned on the bedside lamp. The warm light did little to chase away the cold tension crawling through the room. He stepped out into the hallway, each footstep painfully loud against the silence, wondering what had disturbed his sleep.
Hurry up, guys.
But the moment he reached the hallway, everything fell into an unnatural stillness. The air felt frozen. Every sound that had existed just seconds before seemed to vanish completely. A choking quietness wrapped around him. He looked around, searching for any clue, any movement, yet the house remained motionless, as if holding its breath.
Cherokee, dude, come on.
With no answers inside, he turned toward the old, narrow house across from his, only a few steps away. The night seemed to tighten around him as he stared at its dark, hollow windows. Suddenly, a violent gust of wind swept through the corridor, cold enough to sting his skin. It carried a strange, whispering tone, as though something unseen had brushed past him. A cold certainty settled in his mind. There was something haunting this place, something that used the night to toy with whoever dared to listen. The strange sounds, the chilling wind, the feeling of being watched. All of it made too much sense now. He swallowed hard, the dread tightening around his chest, and he couldn't help but wonder, would that ghostly presence return to his home again?
I've started the camera up like 18 times.
She loved camping alone at night. For her, the darkness was peaceful, almost comforting. That evening, she sat by her crackling campfire, legs stretched out on her favorite folding chair, listening to the soft crack of burning wood. The world felt quiet, safe, and perfectly hers.
I've started the camera up like 18 times and done an intro. I just don't know. Nothing's really happening. I'm scared.
But then, A strange sound cut through the air. It wasn't an animal. It wasn't the wind. It felt like something pressing directly into her fear. Her smile faded, and she instinctively reached for the flashlight she always kept beside her, gripping it tight as the noise echoed again in the dark. She stood up slowly and swept the beam of the flashlight along the trees. Nothing, just shadows shifting like soft curtains. She took a few cautious steps, her boots crunching against dry leaves. Kark, kirk. She circled the campsite, checking every corner, but everything looked painfully normal, too normal. Then, without warning, her light froze on someone. A huge, towering figure, pale as ash, standing only a few meters away. It had no face, no eyes, no mouth, just a smooth, stretched surface where a human face should be. Time stopped. Her breath vanished, and the thing leaned forward, fast, far too fast. Before she could scream, the faceless figure snapped backward and vanished into the bushes with an impossible speed. Whip! The forest fell silent again, leaving no tracks, no whisper, nothing at all. She stood trembling, staring at the empty spot, unsure if she had just seen a ghost or something far worse. It happened on an ordinary night. The man was just about to step outside when something stopped him cold. It was around 10 p.m., the sky pitch black, the air heavy and silent. As he locked the door behind him, a faint movement beside his car caught his eye. Something he would never forget for the rest of his life. Right beside the car, a shape was moving. It looked almost humanoid, dark, and unsettlingly tall, yet its edges seemed fuzzy, as if it wasn't fully solid. The shape began to rise from the ground slowly, weightlessly, drifting upward with a chilling grace that made his skin crawl. It floated in circles, gliding around the parking area like it was teasing someone, maybe him. Every slow rotation felt deliberate, mocking. The man's heart pounded as he watched it drift around the cars, as if patrolling or hunting, or taunting something unseen. He tried to convince himself it was just a balloon, a simple balloon someone had released, nothing more. But balloons don't float sideways, balloons don't circle cars at chest height, and balloons certainly don't pause mid-air as if staring back at you. The longer he watched, the more wrong it felt. The thing tilted its head, or whatever resembled a head, then suddenly drifted backward into the darkness, fading away with no sound, no trace, nothing. The man stood frozen, unable to move, knowing deep down that what he had seen was no balloon, but something far more terrifying.
Thank you all for watching my video. If you found it interesting, please share this story with everyone. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to support me.